Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and I'm bringing you this game as part of the quarterfinals of the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge as part of 2010 Gamescom taking place in Cologne, Germany. Here the players we have are Sarens, the blue Terran down here in the bottom left of Blistering Sands, and his opponent today is IdrA, member of CJ Entis, the Korean pro gaming Brood War team. And he is the red Zerg up here in the top right of Blistering Sands. He's playing as IEM Sunny, I assume, because he does not have a European account of his own, and he actually is sitting there live on stage, so we know it is IdrA, in fact, or IdrA. Again, don't really care how it's pronounced. I'm just going to say whatever pops into my head. I have been known to say both, but whatever. Cut me some slack. IdrA, doesn't matter. But Sarens dropping his supply depot up here at his ramp, always a good sign. To wall off against Zerg players. As we know, Lings and Banelings can play real havoc with a mineral line unless you wall off. There's really no reason not to wall off. I actually did see some games in day 1 and day 2 where the Terran player did not wall off against the Zerg, and the Zerg just ran right up the ramp and made it an easy win. So, you know, good normal play from Sarens. He is actually a French Terran player, not a member of any gaming team that I know of. If he is, I apologize, but you know, no mouse tag on there or MTW or MYM or anything, so not sure exactly who he plays for. He did get into this tournament by qualifying and winning a Go4 SC2 Cup earlier in retail. So he won his place here, and now he is, you know, in these quarterfinals with some great players like IdrA, DeMuslim, Maro, and TLO. So, you know, proving himself in the group stages, getting to this point. I have not actually seen him play still, so very curious how he will try and take out IdrA in this game. And he is dropping his pool at his very standard 15 food, getting another drone up immediately, and has not shown us any signs of going for that hatchery just yet. It looks like actually he might be saving up some minerals, but he is on 1 gas already. Not sure if he's going to have 100 quite when that spawning pool completes. But at this rate, you know, Zergling speed could come pretty quick. Also 100 gas is the lair, so he might just go straight for that lair tech. Looks like up here at the ramp of Sarens, he's got a drone here trying to take out the supply depot as it builds. Sarens getting that wall off completed fairly quickly, so good for him. Not going to be any trouble from Zergling's early game. He gets that orbital command up at a very normal time. And he did get this tech lab out, so he is getting a Reaper right away. Also getting out Nitro Pack research, so those Reapers can move even faster. And IdrA is going to just back off with his scouting drone, and these 2 Lings of IdrA are going to try and kill off this scouting SCV of Sarens. Very standard stuff all around. Zergling Speed is researching now. I'm actually a little surprised that IdrA has not even tried to expand yet, especially since Sarens didn't actually do anything to slow him down. Usually you'll see an SCV dance around where the hatchery would normally be dropped, or even building bunkers. It looks like the original SCV is still hanging out here, and this Reaper is arriving kind of slowly. Not going to be too effective because by this time IdrA will have already 1 queen, and actually almost has his 2nd queen up because he will be sending it to this natural hatchery when it completes. So IdrA probably going to be in okay shape here. The queen is actually coming off the creep, which is not really a good thing, but it will be able to hold off this Reaper if he does come onto the creep. So creep tumor coming down, good thing for IdrA. Going to help him very well to defend this Reaper push here. And a bunker is coming down now for Sarens, so that SCV that survived earlier is going to come back to try and do some damage. This queen comes and just... is he going to focus this SCV? Yes, he does, and kills off that SCV very quickly. So this bunker is not going to be completable unless he brings another SCV over. 2 Reapers now trying to gun down this queen, but they do such little damage against him that they're forced to just flee the scene, basically, and this bunker will be taken out if it's not just cancelled in time. Well, it looks like it was actually destroyed, so Sarens out 100 minerals there. But 3 Reapers hanging out now. Looks like IdrA's just trying to get some vision up on this cliff. What has Sarens been doing in the meantime? He has gotten a factory up, getting a reactor on it, and getting a starport up, so that starport most likely going to be flipping onto the reactor very quickly once it's completed. Oh, Reaper's trying to do some damage up here. He keeps just continually hopping up this cliff, but these Zerglings are actually in a good spot to block that, and now Sarens will not have any vision up this cliff unless he sacks another Reaper. And of course, if he does that, only 1 Reaper will be able to fire, so these Lings actually should be able to hold this as long as IdrA keeps paying attention. It looks like Sarens is going to run away though, head over to the Zelnaga Tower instead, and IdrA just checking down here to make sure those Reapers aren't an easy kill. but they have fled the scene, so they're nowhere to be found for these lings. IdrA, what did you do? You got a lair without telling me, so what are you going to be building? It looks like a spire is going up here. He builds it in kind of a weird spot where it initially made me think it was a creep tumor, but I do see that it is a spire. Sarens moving back in with his solitary reaper, gets surrounded and destroyed very quickly by these lings. So Sarens, his initial Reaper threat was very, very ineffective, and now getting some Hellions over here to try and do some damage in the meantime. He's got a Viking out now too, and it's going to be Overlord hunting with that. Always a frustrating thing for Zerg players to deal with. IdrA is at 38 over 44 food though, so it looks like he was prepared to lose a couple of Overlords. IdrA actually is one of the best players for that, just building Overlords constantly so he never falls behind in supply. This Viking is cruising over to this side of the map though, and the only anti-air that IdrA has so far is a couple of queens. The spire's not quite done yet. It's only about 66% done, 2/3 done. One Viking is going to show up now here finally, but the queen actually has enough creep to run around on and is going to be able to defend these Overlords. He's probably going to back these Overlords off just so the queens can get to their rescue. Sarens might lose this Viking here needlessly if he continues this path. He is scouting out the entire base. Did he see the spire though? No, he did not. So unfortunately for Saren, he missed the spire. Good positioning for IdrA after all, putting it kind of in between his two bases. The Viking of Sarens actually does escape for the time being. It looks like 6 Mutalisks are on their way out for IdrA now, and Sarens looks like he might be ready to push here with 4 Hellions, a Reaper, a Marauder, a Marine, and 2 Medivacs. He's got a very bizarre unit composition right here, and a Viking. Don't forget that Viking and that SCV that we just saw trying to take the Xel'Naga Tower. So Sarens moving out with this ragtag bunch of units here. It's kind of interesting that he's not just massing one type of unit. Oh, is this Zergling going to be able to kill this Viking? No! Oh, the Viking just barely kills that Ling. Wow, that was closer than I thought it would be, but the Hellion goes down. IdrA retains control of that Xel'Naga Tower, but Sarens does have control of this one. No, he doesn't. He lifted off that Viking. Oh, so the Mutalisks are here now. There's no anti-air really here except for 2 little Marines and that very, very low health Viking that we saw earlier. Does get taken out by those Mutalisks, so now Sarens is kind of on the run. He decides this push is not a great idea. While I don't have much anti-air, he does, he now knows that IdrA has been going towards Mutalisks this whole time. He didn't scout it earlier, so he was a little bit in the dark. I can blame him for not having too much anti-air, instead going with this Marauder and Hellion combo, but now he knows there are a bunch of Mutalisks here. IdrA looks like he is trying to take down the Medivacs first. He's running away after that stim goes down to make these Medivacs waste their energy, and getting 4 more Mutalisks in the meantime. So IdrA going heavy Mutalisks here because Sarens doesn't have any Thors or Massive Vikings just yet. But if I were Sarens, I think Vikings would be on the list of things to get. But now all these Hellions moving in, the Marines are trying to focus down the Mutalisks, not really doing a great job here. The Mutalisks just kind of hanging out, picking off Hellions left and right. There's still quite a lot of Mutas here and not a lot of Marines, only 3 Marines left, 0 Marines left now against 8 Mutalisks. No anti-air left in the area means that all of Sarens' army is about to bite the dust. He's trying to get as many drone kills as he can. He actually counted about 5 or 6 there before that Reaper and Hellion went down. So Sarens backtracking, going back to his base with all those units that were rallied. He's meeting up now with another force. He has a decent number of Marines this time around, 8 Marines, a couple of Marauders, and a Medivac. Still not going to be quite enough to handle 9 Mutalisks, I don't think, and a little surprising, IdrA has not started +1 weapons on these Mutalisks since he's investing so much in them already. Excellent job. Check out his money up here, sticking around 100 minerals and 100 gas constantly. That is hard to do, folks, running off of 2 hatch and spending all that larva efficiently. So he is keeping up with his larva spits. He's spending very, very well. Sarens, on the other hand, he's in a mineral deficit now and has 440 gas piled up, so he's actually kind of fallen behind a little bit. He has not expanded either, and these Mutalisks actually just went and picked off 1 Marine, but he did lose a Mutalisk in the process. So not sure if it was a good trade-off, probably not, but it did cause Saren to slow down his attack, give IdrA some more time to crank out some more units here. Looks like he is getting a Baneling nest constructed right here, and it just now finishes, so he's going to be able to morph some of these lings into Banelings when he gets enough gas. Basically, he's been spending so much gas getting these Mutalisks up and running. He's actually getting Baneling speed now as well, centrifugal hooks. Oh, and these SCVs way out in front of their Hellions and their Medivacs that they were sent to repair. So they are taken apart by these many Mutalisks here. 14 Mutalisks for IdrA. I apologize for the frame rate drop. Fraps is just a pain in the ass sometimes, but so yeah, IdrA has 16 Mutalisks now. A couple of Banelings morphing in. Not going to be... Oh, they are going to finish and run away, and they're out of range of any of these ranged units here. So Mutalisks and Zerglings doing a good job surrounding these units and letting the Banelings get some splash damage in. I counted probably 8 or 9 deaths there from Banelings. There are a lot of stimmable Marines here, though, to try and deal with these Mutalisks. However, Mutalisks have bouncing splash damage, so if they get right over the top there, like they do, these Speedlings come in and clean out the SCVs and Marauders, while the Mutalisks just destroy all those Marines, and Sarens does GG just by having that failed attack, knowing that he's so far behind. Here he's at 34 food, while IdrA is sitting at a comfortable 84. He has not expanded this entire game, so he knows that it's just a matter of time before IdrA sweeps in and kills off the rest of his units and buildings. He's also very low on minerals at his main, so good game to IdrA, whatever, and I will be casting one game from all the other series that were played on game in the playoffs on day 3 for Gamescom, so check those out if you got time. Thanks for watching.